On this episode of Outside of the Box, Christine is chatting with some of the international robotics developers on the show floor of the First Tech Challenge.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to a mini episode of Outside of the Box. Today, I just want to talk a little bit about my experience at attending a First Tech Challenge, which was a really cool thing to be able to do. Pretty local to me, and see kids from all over the world doing really amazing things. So the First Tech Challenge, like I said, was held here in Indiana, kind of local to me, and they had many teams from all over the world. There were actually like a handful of teams from Romania, which was pretty cool. And there were a number of other countries represented, and then also teams from all over the United States kind of coming in to do this challenge. I can tell you from the experience, these kids were just absolutely psyched to be there. And it was a lot of fun to watch them just tinkering around with their robots, running around, in some cases, kind of experiencing the culture for those that weren't from this area, was a really, really cool thing to see. Going around the pits, I actually have been in pits at first for the state championships, and I love the level of creativity that these kids get into, kind of decorating their tables and coming up with cool little things to represent their team to hand out to folks who are walking through. I felt like it was pretty well attended, for being a robotics event where there's not going to be necessarily a ton of parents who live in the area, that maybe would have had to come in from other places to get to see their kids participate. So there were a lot of people there that just wanted to see what the robots were doing and things like that. There were a number of really cool things outside of just the first robots. Some teams had other things that were, mechanized and stuff like that. I know one of the tables in particular, don't remember the name of the team, but it was super cool. It had a bird whose eyes would follow you as you moved and everything. And I thought that that was really awesome. And everybody was just so friendly. One of the things that you'll see in the interviews that I recorded was that the teams talked a little bit about that aspect of it, that it's a competition, but also everybody is so willing to help each other, which is not unlike what you see in combat robotics. I think that the robotics community in general is pretty close knit, and everybody understands that we're all working together towards a goal and really wants everybody else to be able to succeed. And I think that that's a mentality that is just so very needed, and really I appreciate seeing it kind of at any area or level of robotics. So as I said, I did get a chance to interview a couple of the teams, one from Brazil, one from Romania. Just because I was really curious, like on an international level, what the experience was like for these kids. I mean, some of them traveled so far to be there and, thankfully got to experience some really cool stuff. So, with that, I'll just kind of lean into the interview portion. So, please check these out and enjoy. And if there is a local first event in your area, please go out to it and support it. It's really cool. These kids work so hard, and they definitely deserve the support. So here you go.
I am here at the First Tech Challenge, and I'm talking to some of the teams who are from everywhere around the world, and I have a team here all the way from Romania. Tell me your name.
My name is Alexandra.
Well, I am so excited to have you here on the show talking about your team. What made your team decide to come all the way here to this competition?
Well, we wanted to live this experience. We wanted to live the FTC experience in America because we think there's so much more diversity in here. We wanted to also represent our team here, and we think it's very important to learn new things.
Well, that is awesome. Tell me a little bit about the travel and everything to get here and what you've experienced so far at the competition.
It was a really long travel for us because we had a flight of 2 hours till Istanbul, and then we took another flight from Istanbul to here of 11 and a half hours. And I think in total with the road from Chicago to here, we made almost 20 hours on the road. So it was really, really a long travel.
For sure. And so far, have you gotten to do any of the competitions? How is the robot doing?
The robot is doing okay. We didn't have any match yet, but the robot is really fine, and we got to test it. It's everything. It's going fine.
That's amazing. Now that you've come here and at least gotten to experience a little bit so
Yeah.
far, are you looking to do more competitions here, like to ever come back, maybe in the future?
Yeah, we would like to come back in the future because we saw the atmosphere here. We really, really like it, and we look forward to it. I hope we would make it back.
Awesome. And one last question. Tell me a little bit about robotics in Romania because I'm really curious to know how things are. Are they so different from what they are here?
Well, I think the base is basically the same, but there's really a competitive atmosphere. I think here the people are nicer, I think. The atmosphere is really diverse also. In Romania, people are very competitive, and I think that's what makes us have such good robots. But I would appreciate if in Romania people would concentrate on other things also because it's really important to have teamwork, for example. It's really important to be open to learn new things, not just the competition itself.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much. And I look forward to seeing how your team does in the competition.
Thank you so much.
I'm here at the First Tech Robotics competition, and I'm here with a team from Brazil, which is super exciting because everybody who watches the show knows how I feel about Brazil robotics. So first of all, tell me your name.
My name's Thiago Cury.
Awesome. So first of all, kind of tell me a little bit about what brought you here to the Michiana area.
Sorry, because I don't understand the question.
So like what made you come to the competition?
What you?
Like here, what made you come here?
Ah, okay. We want to be Inspire Awards, so we come to here to show our robots, our engineer, and show to our social robotics projects.
That is wonderful. Now you were telling me a little bit about the big project that you've been doing down in Brazil. Can you tell a little bit more about that?
Of course, our big project is the FX4. Robotics so expensive in Brazil, so we created the FX4. The FX4 is a cheaper robotics tournament. That's it.
That is very awesome. Has your team got to do any of the competition yet? Has your robot competed yet?
Can you repeat?
Sure. Has your robot gone to like do the judging or anything like that yet?
Oh, yes.
And how is your robot doing so far?
Samples, put the samples in the basket.
Okay.
Yes. It's the things our robots do the better. Yeah.
Awesome. And how are you enjoying your time in America so far?
We going to Chicago, and we going to Miami next year. Yes.
Well, that is very cool. I'm so excited to see robotics continue to expand in Brazil, and you do more. I think it's amazing because there's such a good, a lot of people enjoy the robotics in Brazil.
Yes. Thank you so much, Christine. Thank you.
Absolutely.